I'm not going to tell you where or when that shows up, but it's in the book. And, you know, when she was telling me that, because after my bad accident, how she was in tears and how she was hurt, she didn't want to lose me. I had to take that, my wife's soul, and put it in there. And then I have other people's as well. Other people who I love dearly, who I lost in this book, that I put a little of their soul. I'm going to mention one person right now, because I actually have a couple of the members of my old band in the crowd today, large crowd, and is a friend of mine, Triple B. Now, he was a talented guitar player. I mean, phenomenal. And I'm gonna praise him to all heights now. And it's not because he's a friend or he was in our band, and they would agree. And actually, people here have heard us playing. He was talented. He was the kid who got the Yngwie Malmsteen tape, where everyone else went, I can't play like this guy, and threw it out. He sat there and he worked on it, and he mastered it, and he goes, what's next? This is how good of a guitarist he was, okay? And this is the music aspect of the band. Anything you handed him, any new band, any band with a guitarist with talent, you gave to him. He would disappear in his room for a day or two, master his style, come out and go, yeah, see, this is why he does this. He makes his sound clean, and and any guitar player, all the greats he mastered. Randy Rhoads, Richie Blackmore, Dimebag Darrell, up and down the line, anywhere from B.B. King, blues to jazz to classical, he mastered it all. And this kid was this little ball of talent, and he could have been used anywhere. And he was working 9-to-5 jobs, hanging off of buildings. And he would come home, and he'd put the TV on, and he would see a band like Green Day making millions, success at creating subpar music while he was struggling to survive. And this aided him because he worked hard at it. Because as kids, when we're in school, and you all know it, when we're in school, they tell us, you know, just figure what you want to do in life, be the best at it, and you'll have a career. That don't work with music. And that's part of what I wanted in this book, because we all hear about Elvis and Ozzy and Madonna and all the people who made it. No one's ever told the story of the musicians who failed. The people who were out there struggling to survive and worked hard at what they thought they could do something with. And there was, you know, his soul I put in there. And unfortunately, we lost him, I believe, in 2009, late October 2009. And I saw him digress. And it was because of his, you know, his heart, his soul that he couldn't put out there with his music. And I wanted that put in there. I wanted to show that this talent, this musician I looked up to, honestly, and how he descended into the world of you know, drugs and alcohol, or how, you know, he got lost in it because of, you know, his lack of success. But he's just one of many that I put in this book, and it isn't to exploit these people. It's just to put their souls out there, to show that these people exist. That you know, there's these people out there who, whatever reasons, they get lost in society. They get cast into this void of, oh, he's a waste of life, or she's a waste of life, or, you know, and it's like, no, they're not. No, and a lot of these people that I create in this book, these characters, come very talented people, and they are. And there's a lot of people out there where we lose this talent, we lose these gifts that these people carry because of the drugs, you know, or the excessive alcohol, and you know, it's an awareness. And this hasn't been created in a book yet. I know it hasn't. I've sent out a couple hundred emails to agents, and a few of them say, well, what book could you compare this to? I can't. There's no other book out there like this book. This is the one of its kind. You know, because I noticed that, you know, looking at the top 10, because you do that when you write a book, everything, it's a crime sequence, it's a romance story, it's every one of these stories you see on the shelves is a hamster wheel, the last one. It doesn't change. To me, it's like I created something that you read this book, and people have told me already, you know, you, the gentleman with the Yankee hat. Yeah. Have you read any other book like this one?
No.
Thank you, sir.
I noticed I was in the book.
Thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Would you piss somebody off by writing the book? Did they figure out who they were and get angry at you?
Well, the people that would be angry at me, I don't talk to anymore. Let's just say there's a couple characters in that book, none of which are here, none of which that none of which that what's that? None of which that are here, but no, I'm not going to reveal who they're based after, but people who know me and the people around me know who these people are, but it wasn't done to exploit them either. It was done because they had such awful personalities, they made the wonderful villain in the book. You know what, I'm going to explain one story, and this is a very personal story to me, and this is when it was, childhood, middle school years. There was this one lady. Now this shows how, I also wanted to show how religion, there's a lot of sub-stories hidden in this book, how religion could be corrupted and used the wrong way. Because there was this lady who was one of the most evilest women I ever knew in my life. She turned she took the scriptures of a Bible, converted them to where children should be slaves for their parents, had all her children who were slaves to her. And I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, if you ever get to talk to my sister, she'll agree with this one. Then she adopted children into her household and used them as slaves. I went over her house once, and it was amazing. It was like a millionaire with their cleaning crew in that house. They never got to sit down. They never got to do anything. It was like 5 Cinderellas right in front of me. And then she brought my mother into her life, and started off trying to, think she's going to teach her, religious aspects that she lost, and it was very pretentious. And my mother, being gullible, got locked into this. And there was a point in time where my mother and I did not get along for about a year or two, and it was because she started to follow this lady's ways. And this lady becomes the villain at that point in time. And it's, if she read it, I don't know, maybe she'd be pissed off. But it's, but this, I thought that was just a perfect aspect in his adolescence, that little point in time where you're becoming this young adult, and you have this overzealous religious mother that becomes overbearing on you, and thinking they're doing the right thing. And that's a lot of thing with religion, is that these people get locked into these almost cultish ways of thinking, and they become, they think they're doing good and they're not. And that's who I used, was one of those characters, is in the book. So I hope everyone hates her in the book, but not in real life. I don't want no one hating nobody, but that was one. And another one is, I'm going to keep to myself.
Oh.
Any other questions we have out here? I mean, there's a large crowd here, so, one at a time, please, one at a time. Any other questions? Maybe about my hairdo or something?
Can we buy a book today? We can only buy it on Amazon.
Can you buy a book today? Well, one of the copies is promised out, and the other one was supposed to be purchased today. So I guess there's one available. Yes. Yes. But do we have any other questions? Any interest? Anything about the book or my nifty hairdo in the ponytail?
So funny.
I'll be more proud of you.
Thank you, brother. Well, I guess that will conclude today's lecture on the Goin Over book. I thank everyone for showing up today. I thank everyone for the questions, participating, and again, available on Amazon.com, available as hardcover, Kindle, ebooks, Barnes & Noble. You look for it, it's out there. Goin Over. Tell your friends, tell your family, and makes a nifty gift for Grandma. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, because my grandmother would love one of those. These two.